Hey everybody, it's me, Anjali Mascara Forever, back again with another video. It's been a good while since I've done a video, and honestly, it's because I've been filming them and I get interrupted, or I go to save it and then it ends up deleting itself. It's really irritating, and one of these days I'm going to get some decent video editing software so that I have better produced videos. But anyway, today's my birthday, and I'm going to share with you a makeup look for my birthday that I'm going to do using a couple of different things. I don't think I've ever showed the Valentine palette. This has been on Facebook a lot, and it's actually really pretty. I mean, these are all the colors everybody's interested in using, like all of the really popular looks right now are using every single one of these colors. It's super versatile. The quality is really amazing. So I'm also going to use my Urban Decay Moon Dust palette. I'm going to use a little bit, I need a little pop of glitter. I have discovered that the best way to use this particular eyeshadow palette is if you actually apply it with your fingers. So like if you swirl your finger around on the color and then kind of like pat it on, it'll come out really beautiful. I figured out brushes just don't want to be friends with this product. So I'm also going to be using some lip scents for my lip. And this is a new color I just picked up. It's called Lexi Berry, and it's a really pretty purpley color. So I'm pretty much doing like a purple look. So I'm going to get started here. I'm going to start with my Lorac Perfection primer. This is the primer that I have been using for at least 3 years now. I just really like it, and once I really enjoy something, it takes a lot of convincing to get me to try something different that's the same type of product, if you know what I mean. And we're going to use my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. This is in the shade 8.0. The shade has pretty much been consistently wearable like throughout all of the different seasons. Just get a good pump there. And I'm just going to kind of dot it around my face. I'm going to use a flat top kabuki brush to apply this. Getting some more birthday texts most likely, which is super awesome. And I'm just going to spray this down with the all-nighter setting spray. It's just going to get one good spritz like that. And I'm kind of using like a bouncing motion with this brush. And this foundation has amazing full coverage to it. One of my pals that works at Ulta, she recommended this foundation to me, and I haven't looked back. I've been using it pretty much like since it came out. And then, of course, one more good spray for the forehead. So there we go. Use my towel. Wipe this sucker off. My makeup brush is in the bath like something so serious. And I will get to that eventually one of these days. I'll clean my brushes. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now, so they're pretty past due. It's kind of disgusting, actually. Alright, so I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is the color Tan Sand. I'm just going to kind of highlight under my eyes and above my lip here, my chin, and then right under where I would contour. Let me just handle this text message really quick. This is annoying. Okay, I got it. Anyway, that wasn't a birthday wish, by the way. All right, so I'm just gonna blend it. This beauty blender is dampened. I squeezed it under some water and wrung it out a couple of times. So it's just like kind of like really squishy, but it's not like soaking wet. I try to go around my beauty mark because this concealer is also very full coverage, and I don't want to cover up the imperfections that make my face my face, you know? Like, I like it. Yeah, right here. Let's see, this kind of like helps my face look a little less chubby, I guess. Cause see, it like, I don't know if I can't really articulate what it does, but you can see the difference, right? Right? Okay. All right. So that's that. I'm just gonna use my towel and I'm gonna wipe off this concealer off my lips because Lip Sense does not stick to anything but your lips. I always make sure it's like totally cleaned off before I even wear myself with a Lip Sense. All right. So now I'm going to set it with this Mehron setting powder. It's pretty much for stage makeup setting, which is totally okay with me because I'm outside with my kids all the time. They have football and I'm always like sweaty and it's gross, and my makeup still looks pretty dope. And most of the time I've done my makeup at like 5:30 in the morning and I'm sitting out there between like 6 and 8 melting, but my skin still looks pretty good. So this is an angled kabuki brush, and I'm just going to pat the powder in. And I'm just going to keep patting until you pretty much don't see it anymore. I start in the under eye area because it's going to leave the most setting powder behind, and that's where like creasing and stuff happens. Now my husband's looking for me. I'm going to pause this really quick. Okay, so yeah, he's just giving me my birthday dinner update because he's cooking. I haven't touched food like cooking wise all weekend. So, and then so next I'm going to bronze, and a lot of people say like do it like a 3. I kind of do it like a 3, but I do kind of like swoop up this way. Kind of highlights the cheeks a little bit more because I do have a rounder face. So anyway, I'm using the Urban Decay flushed thing. I don't know. It's got like it's got a blush and a highlighter and a bronzer in it. I don't really use the blush as much as I thought I was going to. It's a little too light for me, but I've already dug into it quite a bit, and I ordered it off of Sephora, so I don't have a Sephora nearby, and I'm really lazy about shipping stuff back to return it. I'm just really bad at that. Unless it like comes with the return label, and I open it, and I'm like, oh, I hate it, and then I put it back and put the sticker on there, that might be like easier. So anyway, I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush, and it is a sculpting brush, and I'm just going to kind of start at my temple, and I'm going to just kind of sweep this way, like almost like a half moon, but not really. So you see how that's like defining that part, like the cheek area. And come down like this. Trying to erase that double chin. I can't erase it. I mean, I could dye it. Carve my chin out there. And then make my big forehead look less like a big forehead. Just like that. There we go. Bam. Alright. So I'm going to get my blush. And if you have watched my videos before, you won't even have to guess that I am using a Younique Moonstruck Minerals blush. Their blush has lasted me so long, and I'm not really that into blush, so I only have like 2 of them, and I stick with these same like 2 colors pretty much. This one's Sweet, and you can tell I've used that one quite a bit because I have hit pan on it. And then this is the one that I've been using more of. It's called Scandalous, and it's just darker. It looks nicer this time of year on my face. So I'm just gonna get a blush brush, also by Real Techniques, and I'm gonna go above the bronzed area. So I'm kind of like above it, but I'm also in it at the same time, kind of like blending them together, but not blending them completely into each other where you can't tell the difference, but where you can, but you can't. I know, look crazy, right? Okay. So next is going to be my eyebrows. Now, I was like the queen of one step for a good while, but then I started I don't know, I started paying more attention to the details in the doing of the eyebrows. I think eyebrows have really become a big, huge thing, and I'm trying to keep up with that and trying to keep my eyebrows on bleak, like everybody says. So I usually start with a pencil, which I have no idea what I did with it. I thought it was in this. And I know my mic is like right on my camera, and that's all you guys hear is clinking around. But I'm sorry about that. Where is my freaking... Huh. Where is it? Alright, I found it. It was hiding from me. So we're going to get started. This is by... It's by e.l.f., but all the words wore off of it. But it's an eyebrow pencil, and this is in taupe. This has a little spoolie on the end. It's pretty nice. I'm just going to use my little mirror here. I'm going to kind of like lean in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to brush it up so I can define the shape. I do have a lot of like little stray hairs right here. I keep saying I'm going to clean that up, but just really has not been a priority here lately. Okay, so that's kind of like step 1. I mean, it looks pretty dumb right now, but trust me. Trust me. Oh, dang, this is at the end, so I'm going to need a new one. I just figure it was old if I wore all the letters off of it already. But I have like a little bit of bald spot on this brow, so I have to be like super careful when I start outlining it. And I'm going to brush it down so I can just see where the top really is. Okay, so now I'm going to use my BFF. This is by IT Cosmetics. This is Build a Brow. It's a cream gel stain, and I use the shade Dark Brown. I'm just going to take my eyebrow brush, and I'm going to kind of dip in sideways. That way I'm kind of like pushing it through the bristles, but still pushing the excess off at the same time. Got my makeup towel. And now I'm just going to fill it in with this product. And the brush feels a little dry to me, so I'm going to get some more product here. I'm using the pencil really helps me like stay inside the lines, if you will. Remember when we like plucked our eyebrows to death and had them like all skinny, like Drew Barrymore in that one movie? What was it? No Boys Allowed? I'm showing my age. But anyway, yeah, she had like the skinniest eyebrows you ever saw. And Brooke Shields was like the girl with the brows back in the day. That was her thing. Okay, so I have my eyebrows filled in, and one more thing I'm going to use to kind of finish that up. Well, actually a couple of things. I'm going to use this pretty wore out tube of Shape Tape. There's hardly anything left in it, but I kind of scrape along inside of it. Get it on my foundation brush. On my concealer brush. I'm going to make sure that that is pretty cleaned up looking. Plus, like I said about the stray hairs, they're just making me look super messy. So we're just going to act like they're not there with this concealer. I mean, you're still going to see them, but whatever. Could have cleaned that line up there. And here as well. See that? I use like no drop left behind kind of motto with my makeup. Because it's expensive, you know? I'm so glad people love me. Okay, we're going to go across the top here. Okay, so now I'm going to use like one of my fingers, and I'm going to just kind of use the warmth of that to kind of help me pat it down, like kind of blend it out a little bit. And it's pretty well carved out, but we're going to blend it with our finger. Just a little bit. I know this one looks higher than the other because I always do this. I always do that, you know? And I can't do it with the other one. I do it with that one. So that one always winds up like higher than the other one. Who texts me? My daddy. With balloons. Okay. So now back to the brows. We're still not done. This is by NYX. This is the tinted brow mascara. It's really great if you already have brows and you just want to kind of like put them in place. You don't want to fill them in. You don't want to look like all like bold brow. You could just do this by itself all day long, or do it like on top of like filling it in with a brown eyeshadow or something. So we're just gonna use this and really lock the hairs into place, but really like pump them up too and make them feel like they're real hairs. and not these sad little wimpy things that you started out with. All right. A lot less Drew Barrymore and more Brooke Shields now, right? Okay. So now I'm going to prime my lids with my NYX Proof It waterproof eyeshadow primer. It's really good. You could have like the crappiest eyeshadow ever, and this stuff will make it look like you spent $50 on it. Like, I can't even lie to you. NYX has great stuff. And again, using to the last drop over here. I have another one. I haven't opened it yet, and I bought it probably 6 months ago because I was like, uh-oh, I'm running out. But I'm still digging along, so put that away. And I have another, I have a lot of concealer brushes, so there's a certain one that I like to use. What is this? Okay, this is by Bare Minerals, and it's a max coverage concealer brush, but I use it to put my eyeshadow primer all over my lid, like that. Bam! Look at that. We're just going to spread it all around. Just like that. I mean, it's just perfect for that. Okay, so I'm going to sit here just for a second, and I'm going to kind of let it settle and dry. Now I got a Facebook message because people are like, hey, it's your birthday, girl. I'm going to put my phone on silent, though, real talk. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to use my Valentine palette, and I'm going to use this brown shade right here. This one on the top row. It's like the third one over. I'm going to use that. It's going to be like my base lid color. So it's going to go on the whole deal. Oh, I upset an eyebrow. I like disturbed a hair. Here we go. Just gonna kind of do, it's gonna be my base color. Okay, so now for my crease color, I'm wearing like a purplish kind of like tie-dye shirt, so I'm just gonna kind of play here. So I really have no idea what I'm doing, is pretty much what I'm telling you, what I'm getting at here. So I'm gonna kind of mess around with this bottom row with all like the plummy colors because I'm wearing like a plummy top. I'm gonna hit up the third one in, it's like a grayish purple color, and I think I'm going to put it somewhere around here. And then I'm gonna kind of push some of it in, but I'm only gonna go halfway. I'm not gonna go like all the way across. I'm just gonna, and then like halfway. So I'm really like, you really want to use like a light hand, especially if you're trying to blend it in, because you don't want to look like you got punched in the eye. Okay. So again, here we go. Right here on this outside part, and then we're just going to kind of push it up this way. Like, as you're pushing into that outer corner, you should be able to feel on the other side of your bristles the underneath of your brow bone, like your actual bone where your eye socket is. See that? That's where you should be putting that color. So feel that. Feel that and push it in. Like, don't injure yourself, but you know. That's what you need. That's where it goes. That's where it needs to go. That's where you want it. Okay. So that my face isn't like totally like just restricted to 2 colors, I'm going to take up this brush again that I did the overall eyelid color with, and I'm going to use this darker brown color. It's like right here on this bottom corner here, and I'm going to kind of blend it like that. You just want to just kind of like work it until it's not like a big colorful pile of crap. Just like that. See that? Clean it off. I'm going to use one of these lighter colors on the top, second one from the left. And I'm just going to sweep across the brow bone in this highlighter type shade. Like that. Look. Watch. See that? Just like that. So. Alright, so now I'm going to use this concealer brush and my dredges of my Shape Tape, and I'm going to carve out a half cut crease for the glitter portion of this look. So see, I have hooded eyelids, so we're gonna kind of go above where the eye actually creases so that you can see what's been done. God, that's messy. I made a mess. Damn it! It's still not gonna look bad though. That's the crazy part. There's no wrong way to do this, ladies. Seriously. So we're gonna try to keep it in the same way that the other eye was so that it looks totally intentional. See, that doesn't look intentional. There we go. That's better. I look less idiotic now. Okay. So we don't want to go too far across because we don't want to mess up all our hard work with this gorgeous darker color. So now we're going to go back to our Valentine palette really quickly. And there's like a goldish color that's on the bottom. I'm kind of going to swatch it and see if I really want that there. We're going to say I do. And I'm going to use this. It's a shadow brush. It's by Real Techniques. I like it because the bristles are all at different levels. So it's kind of good at like picking up a lot of color if I go like that to the pan. It's almost like I'm like sweeping it. Look at that. It's almost like I'm just sweeping it up. So then I'm going to just kind of pat it all on that part there. Just like that. You see that? So pretty. This is art. It's art and I like doing it. And it's fun and relaxing. Makes me feel pretty good. I'm going to go back with this brush with that color And actually, I'm going to go all the way over because there's like a really plummy color on the end. And I'm just going to kind of go in a little bit more just to kind of like blend it and help it look a lot more intentional than it was originally. It's so funny because the looks that I don't choose to film, those are the ones that are like the nicest. But then, you know, there again, like I took like an hour to do it, and I hate filming that long because nobody wants to watch that long of a video. All right, so now I'm going to go to my moon dust. I'm going to go to my moon dust palette, and I think I'm going to, it's like, do I want to go with this one? I'm going to do Spectre. It's like a light pink, and I know it doesn't make any sense, but just go with it. Go with my creativity. I'm going to use my ring finger, and I'm just going to kind of swirl it around. I'm going to get like a good amount of color on there, and I'm just going to go for the middle and just in that middle part, like where I'm like touching my eyeball. I'm not going to worry about that gold that's on that inner corner. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to leave that dark purple alone. We're going to swirl some more Spectre on there. And we're going to do the same thing on this eye. Just like that. Look. So far so good. Not finished yet. There's obviously people at my door. My house is popular. My kids are popular. Okay, so now I'm going to use this really nice, that's not it because it's not shaking. I have a really nice liquid eyeliner that I got with a Decca Scarlet palette. Do you hear it? It's like shaking up in there. And I'm going to do my wing. And then I'm going to pop on some lashes, and I'm going to highlight my cheeks, and I'm going to do my lip sense, and then we will be all done after I take this stupid headband off my head. It really irritates, like, that part behind my ear. You know what I'm talking about? Hate it, hate it. Okay, so we're going to shake, shake. Don't mind my dog. And we're just going to go in. Hopefully you can still see this. And we're going to start way up here. I have a scar right there, so it's like easy for me to find the spot to start it. And then right here on the outer corner of the actual eye, I'm going to go up and kind of close that off. Do you see that? Okay. So now we're going to fill it in. It's a goof-proof wing, in my opinion. I can't really mess it up like this. Okay, and then we're going to go on the inside of the eye, very like close and thin. We're going to connect it to the middle there. Oh, son of a bitch. I messed up that middle part. Oh, this dog is killing me. Ruined perfectly good eyeliner, dog. Just FYI. It's okay. I'm going to pop some lashes on. This is going to look fabulous. We're going to do like this. So just want to make sure that like they look even. I swear this side looks so funky right now, but I'm afraid if I keep messing with it, it's just gonna look worse. So we're gonna leave it alone and just whatever, deal with it. So I'm gonna use my eyelash curler and I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. I'm just gonna curl them up really good. We want them like pointing for the sky because I don't want them sticking out because it's gonna interfere with the eyelashes that I'm gonna put on. This is my Better Than Sex mascara. I love it. It's my favorite. And I'm pretty much just using this to lift and darken my eyelashes so that they blend in with the lashes I'm going to put on today. They'll blend in better and it won't look like I have false lips on. Alright, so the lashes that I'm using, they are by Eylure. They are number 117. Do I still have the box out? No. Alright, it's in my cabinet. I have lots of them because I'm addicted to them. So I'm just going to use this little tool. It's going to hold them for me. I'm going to put some glue across the top. And I do use the glue that it came with because the lash glue that I had just kind of dried out and it just really stopped working. And I've found that this Lash Fix stuff works pretty okay. So I'm just going to put a very thin layer of it along the band. Just kind of paint it on there. Put a teensy bit more on the corner. Just a teensy bit more. And we're going to let it dry a bit. I'm using this tool because I see people use tweezers all the time. I advise highly against using tweezers. You could stab yourself in the eye. Stabbing yourself in the eye is not really something that's appealing to me. I don't want to do it. I don't think anybody should do that. I know, you know, you're careful or whatever, but I guarantee you somebody has poked themselves in the damn eye because they used some sharp ass tweezers to put their eyelashes on. It's just stupid to me. So anyway, so you want to like, see, it's not ready. You want it to be tacky. Like you want to touch it and have like a string of glue come back, or not anything. I like to wait until it's not quite white anymore, and that's pretty much the point we're getting to. So I'm going to come in a little bit closer so you can see. I like to look down into a mirror, and I like to use the bottom half of this tool and kind of push my natural lashes out of the way and press it in as close to the base of my eyelashes as possible, right there on the lid. And I try not to remove the tool until I know it's actually stuck there. So it did. So we're going to take the tool and we're going to put in the inner corner. And we're going to move over here. And we're going to make sure it touches down in the outer corner. And then I take my little tool and I squish them together. Just like that. You see that? And it will dry. That's not, they're like not separate at all. They're separate from each other. It's annoying me. Okay, once that dries, it's going to look a lot better because you can still see some white there. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Number 117 is my favorite style that Eylure makes because it's like messy and wispy and it kind of like does this thing on the outer corner that's really pretty to me. It'll be really nice when this glue dries. Okay. And I do cut like the first 2 clusters of lashes. I trim like right off before I even put the lashes on, because I don't know why, but when I blink it feels like they're stabbing me in the eye, and I prefer the look of this anyway, the way that I do them. This is starting to look a little bit better. Please excuse my sniffling. That's really unladylike. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to kind of push it down and out the way, but still stick it on there. Really? There we go. I don't know why. The left one comes on so much easier for me than the right one did. Why this one seems like... I don't know why this side seems like super difficult. Oh, but it's on there so much so. I don't know. So there's that. It's like all on there. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight my face, my highlighter, and this is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. It's in Sun Dipped. I never did get a hold of the, I don't know, Nicole something. I didn't get that one. I'm going to use the shade Tourmaline because it's got a little purple hint to it, and I'm just going to use this soft angled brush. It's by Luxie Beauty. It's number 504, and I'm going to just kind of swirl it in with my blush like that, just into the top line of my blush there, just like soft circular motions, I guess, and then just right here, like that. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Lip Sense in Lexi Berry, and I'm not going to be able to talk for a little bit because of the way I'm going to have to hold my mouth in between the layers. For more instructions on how to use Lip Sense properly, make sure you visit a distributor's website, YouTube channel, whatever. They're pretty good at explaining it. I have a good friend that sells it, so I know how to put it on properly. Okay, so I'm not going to go through instructions because I can't talk, hold my mouth wide open at the same time. What do you want? Hey, that's fine. That's two. So now you put the lip gloss on top. Like, here. I'm just ready. There we go. Lip sense is on. Sealed in with the gloss. It's literally going to be on me all day long. Like, I can't even lie. Lip sense is bomb. Alright, we're going to finish this off. So there it is, my birthday look. This is how my makeup's gonna look today. It pretty much looks the same but with different colors every day, but this is what I chose to do. I hope you enjoyed this look. If you want to see more of my somewhat creativity, I can't talk. If you want to see some more of my creativity, and you don't mind not seeing a video for a couple of months because I'm a busy mom, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.